People were starting to say it's an East Coast, West Coast rivalry because it was people that's trying to make money. It was true people trying to make careers. It was people trying to get famous.
Well, all due respect to Puffy, you gotta realize one thing. He didn't start off like that. I'm quite sure somebody taught him that, and that's more deep in the industry.
Imagine this. Two titans of the music world, Suge Knight and Sean Diddy Combs, locked in a feud that goes beyond music, spilling into whispers of betrayal, violence, and secrets that seem to shake the very foundation of hip-hop. Now, Suge Knight has dropped a bombshell from behind bars, reigniting a decades-old rivalry and shedding light on events that have haunted the industry for years. What really happened between Diddy, his bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones, and Suge Knight's close ally Big Jake?
If you don't mind me asking, right, because I know you and Big Jake was real cool, but I want to ask you, the day he got, can you give me the backstory behind that?
I don't mind at all. By the way, shouts out to Big Jake, you know one of my sons is named after Jake.
Let's rewind to the early 90s, a time when hip-hop wasn't just music, it was a battlefield. Two powerhouses dominated the scene. Suge Knight's Death Row Records reigned supreme on the West Coast, while on the East Coast, Diddy's Bad Boy Records was steadily building its empire. The two men, once rumored to have shared mutual respect, quickly found themselves on opposite sides of a rivalry that transcended the studio and spilled into the streets. Amidst this charged backdrop, one name keeps resurfacing: Anthony Wolf Jones. Wolf wasn't just a bodyguard. He was a trusted confidant of Diddy, a man who knew the ins and outs of Bad Boy Records operations. But Suge Knight's recent revelations have painted Wolf in a controversial light, alleging that he played a pivotal role in the tragic events that led to the demise of Suge's close friend, Big Jake. This wasn't just an isolated incident. It was a moment that many believe signaled the beginning of a deeper, darker conflict between Death Row and Bad Boy.
We went to the party at the club. I'm with it dancing, doing what I'm doing, but I still got my eye on Jake. I'm quite sure he still got his eye on me. That's what you do when you out there. So I could see by Jake's body language, he was having some words.
According to Suge, the night Big Jake lost his life started off like any other in the fast-paced world of hip-hop. Suge and his crew were in Atlanta for a birthday celebration, a trip that should have been filled with partying and networking. But fate had different plans. As Suge recalls, Big Jake was involved in an altercation with Wolf at a nightclub, sparked by what Suge described as a dispute over a woman. The tension escalated quickly. Suge claims that Jake wanted to settle the matter like men, suggesting they handle it in private, but the situation spiraled out of control.
With somebody. And I know Jake gonna get down where he mad at, or take it to a place where they can get down and ain't nobody can break it up, So I get over there. It's Jake. There's another dude I know named Wolf.
Wolf, known for his street smarts and no-nonsense demeanor, didn't back down either. The heated exchange between the two men caught the attention of the club security, who intervened and escorted Jake out of the venue. Suge, ever loyal to his friend, followed closely behind. But outside the club, the night took a sinister turn. Suge describes a chaotic scene. A gun was handed off, shots were fired, and in the blink of an eye, Big Jake was hit. According to Suge, the Atlanta police witnessed some of these events, but, in his words, chose to turn a blind eye. Jake was rushed to the hospital, but the injuries were too severe, and he passed away shortly after.
So the bartender, supposed to be in Wolf's, but she was hollering at Jake, trying to slide her number to him. So they arguing about places and pussy.
Suge's account of that night doesn't stop there. He suggests that justice was deliberately obstructed, implying a conspiracy to protect certain individuals involved. In his own words, Suge stated, "The authorities knew exactly what happened. They had witnesses. They had statements, but they decided it wasn't worth pursuing. Why? Because my name was attached to it. If I had been on the other side of that, you can bet I'd be locked up." It's a damning accusation, one that not only questions the integrity of law enforcement, but also casts a shadow over Diddy and his inner circle.
What was said and what was done to Puffy, he know and I know what was done. I get in a limo. When the ambulance come, Jake was saying he was straight, but he couldn't feel his legs. We get to the hospital.
What makes Suge's allegations even more explosive is his claim that this incident was a key moment in the East Coast, West Coast rivalry, a feud that would eventually engulf the entire hip-hop community. While the beef between the two coasts had been simmering, the events in Atlanta added fuel to the fire. Suge points to this moment as a turning point, a catalyst that deepened the animosity between Death Row and Bad Boy. It wasn't just about music anymore, it was personal.
I don't gotta brag about it. I don't gotta lie about it. That dude know what happened. I know what happened. He know what I did, and I know what I did to him. After that, police came to get me. To get me for what? I'm under arrest? No, you gotta come to the station. I ain't going nowhere. They say you don't have no choice.
But who is Wolf, really? To understand the weight of Suge's claims, it's important to delve into the man behind the name. Anthony Wolf Jones wasn't just a bodyguard. He was a figure of immense influence within Bad Boy Records. Known for his streetwise nature and loyalty to Diddy, Wolf had a reputation that preceded him. He was the kind of person who could navigate the complex, often dangerous world of hip-hop with ease, someone who could handle himself in any situation. But with that reputation came controversy, and his name was often linked to some of the more tumultuous events in Bad Boy's history. Suge's revelations have cast Wolf's role in a new light, suggesting that his loyalty to Diddy may have extended beyond just protection. Was Wolf merely following orders that night in Atlanta, or was he acting on his own instincts? And what did Diddy know about the events that unfolded? These are the questions Suge's claims have left hanging, questions that continue to fuel speculation and debate. The aftermath of Big Jake's demise had a profound impact on Suge Knight. Known for his larger-than-life persona and unshakable confidence, Suge has admitted that the incident left a lasting scar. He describes Jake as more than just a friend. He was family, someone Suge trusted implicitly. In the years that followed, Suge has spoken about the pain of losing Jake and the frustration of feeling that justice was never served. Suge's anger wasn't just directed at those he believed were responsible for Jake's demise. He also felt betrayed by a system that he claimed treated him unfairly at every turn. Suge Knight has often expressed the belief that his reputation precedes him, suggesting that being who he is means being treated as guilty until proven innocent. This perspective aligns closely with his narrative, painting him as someone who feels vilified and unfairly targeted by the justice system due to his notoriety. As for Diddy, he has remained largely silent on the matter, focusing instead on building his empire and maintaining his status as one of the most influential figures in music. But Suge's recent comments have reignited interest in the events of that night and the role Diddy may have played either directly or indirectly. The rivalry between the two men may have mellowed with time, but the unresolved questions and lingering tensions suggest that the story is far from over. Both Suge and Diddy now find themselves in very different circumstances. Suge, serving a lengthy prison sentence, continues to speak out from behind bars, sharing his version of events and challenging the narratives that have been written about him. Diddy, on the other hand, faces his own legal battles with allegations and controversies threatening to tarnish his legacy. Their current situations are a stark reminder of how the choices made in the heat of their rivalry have had lasting consequences. The story of Big Jake, Wolf, and the events in Atlanta is just one chapter in a much larger saga, one that encompasses the rise and fall of two of hip-hop's most powerful figures. But it's a chapter that refuses to be closed as new revelations and rumors continue to emerge. And while Suge Knight's claims may be met with skepticism by some, they serve as a reminder of the complex, often dangerous world that lies beneath the surface of the music industry.
If you add all that type of stuff up, and you'll see how the industry been built on the secret rooms.
What's clear is that the rivalry between Suge Knight and Diddy wasn't just about music. It was a clash of personalities, ambitions, and ultimately a fight for survival. The events of that night in Atlanta are a microcosm of the larger battle that played out between Death Row and Bad Boy, a battle that left an indelible mark on the history of hip-hop.
That boy life is dangerous. And his life isn't, and he's just not dangerous with the they said he was doing, but he's in danger. He knows too much.
But here's where things take a sharp and unexpected turn, because as if the tension between Suge Knight and Diddy wasn't enough, there's another layer to this already tangled web. What if the connection between Diddy's former bodyguard, Anthony Wolf Jones, and the music mogul himself wasn't just professional, but deeply personal? Rumors that have simmered for years are now bubbling to the surface, and they're as explosive as you'd expect from a story with this much drama. Let's talk about Diddy's eldest son, Justin Combs. Born in 1993 to Diddy and fashion designer Misa Hylton, Justin has always been in the spotlight, whether it was through his appearances on MTV's My Super Sweet, 16, or his celebrated college football career at UCL. But what if Justin isn't Diddy's biological son at all? That's the shocking claim that's been making the rounds, with whispers suggesting that Wolf, not Diddy, might actually be Justin's father. Could it be true? And if so, what does this mean for one of the most prominent figures in hip-hop?
Do you think that Diddy is actually Justin's father? I wasn't there. But
Let's start with the facts, or at least the rumors fueling this firestorm. The speculation began when fans started comparing pictures of Justin to Wolf, and the similarities were hard to ignore. Some even went so far as to say that Justin's features bear an uncanny resemblance to Wolf, more so than to Diddy. It was the kind of observation that, once made, couldn't be unseen. Social media exploded with comparisons, and before long, the theory began to gain traction. But where did this story come from? And why is it resurfacing now?
How your son look like your best friend?
One major voice in this controversy is Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, who has been dropping hints about this for years. In a past interview, Deal slyly commented on the resemblance between Justin and Wolf, saying, "How your son looked like your best friend." He didn't outright confirm the rumor, but his words certainly added fuel to the fire. Deal's cryptic remarks have only deepened the intrigue, leaving fans and critics alike wondering if there's more to this story than meets the eye.
Like, he's the oddball. And I know they got different moms, so I get it.
Right.
But I'm like, I don't know about that one. You know?
But Deal isn't the only one who has thrown shade on this topic. Online discussions have unearthed an old rumor that Wolf and Misa Hilton shared a close friendship during the time Justin was born. While there's no solid evidence to prove any deeper connection, the timing has led many to speculate that the lines between professional and personal may have blurred. Supporters of this theory argue that Wolf's loyalty to Diddy might have extended to keeping certain secrets hidden, even at the cost of his own legacy. Adding to the mystery, an anonymous former associate of Bad Boy Records has claimed that Wolf had a much larger influence within the label than many realize. According to this source, Wolf wasn't merely a bodyguard. He was also an advisor, a confidant, and someone who played a key role in many of the label's internal decisions. If true, this could explain why Wolf's name continues to echo in conversations involving Diddy's empire long after his untimely passing. Were there unspoken tensions between Wolf and Diddy that went beyond their professional relationship? The pieces of the puzzle remain scattered, but questions keep piling up.
Beat up till she got up under the... Beat up literally till she tried to run up under the car.
Wow.
And let's not overlook the emotional weight of these rumors for Justin himself. Growing up as the son of one of the most powerful men in music, Justin has always had to shoulder the expectations and scrutiny that come with his family name. If these allegations hold even a shred of truth, it would mean a dramatic shift in the way he views his identity and his place in the legacy of Bad Boy Records. For now, Justin has remained silent on the matter, but the possibility of such a revelation would undoubtedly be life-altering for him and his immediate family.
Now, Misa went into full mama bear mode and tore Diddy up on the internet, claiming that Diddy's act bad lifestyle is leading their son down the wrong path.
And then there's Misa Hilton, Justin's mother, whose relationship with Diddy has had its fair share of ups and downs. Misa has been vocal about her frustrations with Diddy over the years, particularly when it comes to parenting their son. Following Justin's recent legal troubles, Misa took to social media to air her grievances, accusing Diddy of setting a poor example and calling out his lifestyle choices. In one particularly fiery post, she wrote, "This is where the buck stops for me, after sitting around for years and acting like there isn't anything wrong with you." Her words were pointed, and they seemed to hint at deeper issues between the former couple.
You know, we were very young. Our lives changed just like that, really quickly.
But could Misa's criticisms of Diddy also hint at something else? Some have speculated that her frustrations may stem from unresolved tensions surrounding Justin's paternity. If there's any truth to the rumors about Wolf, it would certainly add a new layer of complexity to their relationship. Could this be the real reason behind her public outbursts? It's a question that many are asking, though the answers remain elusive.
Named Diddy 77 times in court documents related to Tupac's murder.
Of course, this rumor isn't just about physical resemblance or social media speculation. It's about the larger implications. It carries. If Wolf is indeed Justin's father, it would mean that one of Diddy's closest allies was involved in a deeply personal way. It would also raise serious questions about the dynamics within Diddy's inner circle and the potential fallout if this secret were to be confirmed. Imagine the betrayal Diddy might feel, not just as a father, but as a man who trusted Wolf implicitly. It's a scenario that's almost too dramatic to believe, yet it's one that fans and critics can't seem to stop talking about.
3 law firms on retainer. I don't know how much money is coming in, but I know that a lot of money is going out every single month for Diddy.
But let's not forget that this isn't the only rumor swirling around Diddy and his inner circle. Suge Knight himself has hinted at even darker secrets, particularly when it comes to the unresolved mysteries of the East Coast, West Coast, West Coast, West Coast rivalry. In his latest jailhouse interview, Suge made it clear that he believes there are untold stories about Diddy's past, stories that could change everything we think we know about hip-hop's most infamous feud. Puffy knows and I know what happened, Suge said, his words dripping with implication. If I get to telling truthful things and factual things, there's a big possibility he will lose in court. One of the most persistent rumors involves Diddy's alleged connection to the tragic end of Shakur. While no direct evidence has ever surfaced linking Diddy to the event, Suge has repeatedly suggested that there's more to the story than meets the eye. And he's not alone. Many in the hip-hop community have speculated about the role that both Diddy and Suge might have played in the events that led to the loss of Shakur and later Notorious B.I.G. These theories have been a source of endless debate, fueling documentaries, books, and countless online discussions.
The only man currently facing murder charges in the case, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, claims that Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, paid for a hit on Tupac.
Suge's recent comments have reignited these debates, particularly his cryptic remarks about Diddy's knowledge of certain secrets. What are these secrets, and why does Suge seem so confident that revealing them would have devastating consequences for Diddy? Could they be related to the rumors about Wolf and Justin, or do they point to something even more explosive? The possibilities are endless, and the lack of concrete answers only adds to the intrigue. Of course, Diddy has always maintained his innocence, both in the context of the East Coast-West Coast feud and in his personal life. He's built a career on resilience and reinvention, weathering countless controversies and emerging as one of the most successful figures in entertainment. But even for someone as seemingly untouchable as Diddy, the weight of these rumors can't be ignored. They cast a shadow over his legacy, raising questions about the cost of his success and the sacrifices made along the way. As for Justin, he's largely stayed out of the spotlight when it comes to these rumors, focusing instead on his own career and personal endeavors. But the speculation surrounding his paternity is something that's unlikely to go away anytime soon. Whether or not there's any truth to the claims, the very fact that they exist speaks to the complex, often messy world of celebrity and the challenges of living in the public eye. This brings us back to the central question. What is the truth? Is Justin really the son of Anthony Wolf Jones, or is this just another wild rumor in a world that thrives on speculation? And if it is true, what does that mean for the legacy of Sean Diddy Combs and the empire he's built? These are the questions that continue to captivate fans and critics alike, and they're questions that may never be fully answered.
Right now, Davis is fighting for bail ahead of his murder trial, which he has pleaded not.
But one thing is certain. The story of Suge Knight, Diddy, Wolf, and Justin Combs is far from over. It's a saga filled with twists and turns, secrets and revelations, and characters who are as larger than life as the music they've created. And as new details emerge, the narrative only becomes more complicated, more compelling, and more impossible to ignore. So, what do you think? Could there be any truth to the rumors about Wolf and Justin? And what are the secrets that Suge Knight seems so eager to hint at, yet reluctant to fully reveal? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that keep us all talking. Until next time, stay tuned, because in the world of hip-hop, the truth is often stranger than fiction.